have a photo opportunity. I request that you may step forward and shake hands. You may take your seats. And the next is Terms of Reference Agriculture Working Group. And I'll request the following to step forward. The CS Agriculture, Honorable Mutahi Kagwe, to take his seat. And Mr. Hido Lanz here, Deputy Director General, Agriculture International, to kindly take your seats for the signature. And now present the documents, please. The purpose of this MOU is to renew the framework for cooperation mounted by Kenya Army between the Ministry of Agriculture, Fisheries, Food Security and Nature of the Kingdom of Netherlands and the Ministry of Agriculture and Livestock Development of the Republic of Kenya for enhancement of agriculture in both countries' priority areas. Thank you. Thank you. You may proceed to take your seats. The next MOU is between Kenya and the Netherlands to enhance tourism between the countries. I'll now request that we have the CS Tourism, Ms. Rebecca Miano, together with His Excellency Glynette Claver, Minister for Foreign Trade and Development, to kindly take their positions for the signing of the MOU. We may present the documents for signing. This MOU aims to foster collaboration on tourism, particularly having more Dutch tourists visit Kenya and enhance Dutch investment in the tourism sector in Kenya.
Majesty, I have your permission to march off the guard of honor, sir.
Is a letter of intent Invest International on water infrastructure projects. I'll now kindly request the following to take their positions. The CS Water Engineer Eric Muga, together with Mr. Hans Doctor, CEO Invest International.
Order. Will fill 3 ranks.
Proceed to bring the documents.
Will
Letter of intent signs off proposed 1.5 million euros for the development of phase of the Naivasha SEZ water supply and sanitation project by the Dutch consortium of Rebel Group and Royal DHV.
To the left. Take march. Chill.
A second letter of intent for this was for Naivasha. So we have a second, which will be signed by the Same gentleman to sign a different letter of intent, if we may kindly take your seats. Yes. We proceed to present the documents for signature. This letter of intent signs off a proposed 1.5 million euros for the development of the phase of the Sabaki bulk water supply project in the coastal counties by the Dutch consortium of Climate Fund Managers and Utility Partners Limited.
Thank you. Songesha camera. Thank you.
We will now proceed to have the joint press communique from His Excellency the President, together with His Majesty the King. We'll also have Her Excellency the First Lady and Her Majesty the Queen also join in this joint press communique after the bilateral talks and the signing of MOUs and letters of intent.
Your Majesties, distinguished members of the press, ladies and gentlemen. It is my honor and privilege to welcome their Majesties, King Willem-Alexander and Queen Maxima of Netherlands to Kenya for this historic state visit, their first ever, and thank them most heartily for accepting my invitation. Kenya deeply values its strong and enduring partnership with the Netherlands, one of our most significant trading partners in Europe, a steadfast development ally, and a key collaborator in our economic transformation. The Netherlands' global leadership in sustainable agriculture, water management, and renewable energies aligns seamlessly with Kenya's Vision 2030. This visit provides an invaluable opportunity to strengthen existing collaborations, explore new frontiers, and accelerate mutual investment for shared prosperity. Our nations share a strategic partnership dating back to 1964. Over the decades, this relationship has evolved, driven by mutual respect, common aspirations, and a shared vision for a greener, more sustainable, and prosperous future. We held discussions to deepen cooperation in agriculture, trade, tourism, climate action, and regional security. We have agreed to enhance people-to-people connections, focusing on education, tourism, and women's empowerment, while aligning our collaboration with global sustainable development goals and Kenya's national priorities. As part of our commitment to deepening this cooperation, we have today signed 3 critical memoranda of understanding and a letter of intent that will translate our discussions into tangible action. We have signed an MOU that establishes a framework for dialogue on trade and investment between Kenya and the Netherlands, creating a joint trade committee to facilitate and foster bilateral trade and investment. This will ensure a more structured, dynamic engagement between our business communities, unlocking new opportunities in key sectors and leveraging on the partnership and the friendship that already exist between the business communities of our two countries. We have also signed an MOU renewing our framework for cooperation in agriculture, reinforcing the partnership between Kenya and the Netherlands in agricultural productivity and sustainability. This agreement focuses on priority areas that will enhance food security, technological exchange, and market access. We're building on the already existing framework that was signed last year between Kenya and the EU, and that was ratified both by the EU and the Kenya Parliament. And I have explained to their majesties that it is our intention as Kenya to bring on board the rest of the East African communities as we build a bigger market and bring on board more people. Additionally, we have signed an MOU to strengthen collaboration in tourism sector, aiming to increase the number of Dutch tourists visiting Kenya and enhance Dutch investments in our tourism industry, an area with immense potential for job creation and economic growth. His Majesty mentioned to me that maybe it is time also for Kenya to send some tourists to Netherlands. And just to explain to you, Your Majesty, our tourist numbers grew from 2 million to 2.4 million last year. And as I have said in my statement, there is opportunity for investments in our tourism infrastructure. And therefore, I hope that there will be conversations between the tourism sector in Kenya and those who want to invest in our tourist facilities around our country. Additionally, we have signed an MOU to strengthen collaboration in other areas. And further to these agreements, we have signed a letter of intent that marks a significant step in addressing critical water infrastructure needs in Kenya. This includes an investment for the development phase of the Naivasha Special Economic Zone Water Supply and Sanitation Project. I did explain to His Majesty that the government of Kenya has expanded the space and land available for Naivasha Special Economic Zone from 1,000 acres to 6,000 acres. And that gives greater space and opportunity for the development of that special economic zone. And we are grateful that you're partnering with us on the water and sanitation project for that special economic zone. As well as another investment in the Sabaki bulk water supply in the coastal county of Kilifi, backed by Dutch partners. These projects will enhance access to clean and reliable water, a fundamental pillar for sustainable development and economic progress. Our discussions also focused on deepening cooperation in climate action, regional security, and people-to-people connections, particularly in education,